Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, ready. Welcome to Straight Talk TV, the show that cares about you, where the information comes from the people to the people. And here's our host, Tony Brown.
Thank you. Straight Talk is the show that cares about you, where the information comes from you, the people, to the people. And people, I just want to say thank you for all the. Let me say this like this: we do not take your presence, your DMs, your emails, your comments for granted. We appreciate it very, very much being the present. I don't know if we're on your phone today or in your living room or on your mobile device, but thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Before we start the show, everyone, please stand in your hearts and in your minds for the Black National Anthem.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmony of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let us march on till victory
Yes, yes.
is won. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun, about the day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Let us march on till victory is won. Is won. Is won.
Oh my goodness. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead, go ahead. Oh, clap praise for
Amen.
Johanna and Steve McCoy blessing us with the Black National Anthem. And folks, family, friends, it's a marathon.
Mm.
We got to keep marching. We got to keep marching. And then we have a lady that's been marching for years and going to continue to march for us. We have Dr. Hicks. She is currently the CEO of the Children's Community Clinic, nationwide, localized, but for the people. Dr. Hicks, welcome. Come on aboard.
Thank you so much, Tony. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank
My
you.
pleasure. My pleasure. The guests will probably ask, who is Dr. Hicks and how did the Children Community Clinic come about?
Absolutely. Well, it's Mardica Hicks. I'm
Okay.
not formally a doctor, but thank you. I appreciate that.
Speak that into existence.
Speak
We're gonna speak
right,
that.
right,
Okay.
right, right.
Yeah.
But I've been in Portland since I was in grade school, so quite a long time, and grew up here in North and Northeast Portland. Went to school, grade school at Blessed Sacrament, which is now something completely different, and then went to high school at St. Mary's Academy downtown, and then went to Portland State University, and from there to Marylhurst. So I've been around quite a bit and have worked in various organizations um, around Portland, everything from PSU to PCC to um, now Children's Community Clinic and all places in between.
So the Children's Community Clinic. Let's talk
Yeah.
about how that got started. Whose vision?
Yes.
Vision statement.
Actually,
Yes.
it was started by a woman who really was paying attention to the needs of the African American community that weren't being met by the major health concerns. Mariah Taylor started the North Portland Nurse Practitioner Community Health Clinic. The board members then created the Children's Community Clinic and asked me if I would join them and get the clinic turned around and make it, what it could be. The mission of Children's Community Clinic is to provide high quality and compassionate healthcare to children from birth through 21 of families who are underserved. So that means those families who um, may have very little health insurance or no health insurance at all. We will see any child, but our vision is to make sure that kids who don't have a place to go have a really awesome place to go. So that's what we've been doing at Children's Community Clinic.
Oh my goodness. Clap praise for you. Clap praise and everybody that's over there that is participating in making this program what it is. Let's talk a little bit about the rapid assessment program and what does that entail?
That was a project that, I said, all places in between when I mentioned the work that I've done before. That was a project that I had the opportunity to be involved with. That was the rapid assessment research project that was really looking at the impact of HIV and AIDS in the African American community. And we did that back in the early 2000s. It was a joint project with the Urban League of Portland, with Multnomah County Health Department, with the Office of HIV and AIDS in Washington, D.C. And I had the opportunity to be the principal investigator on that project. So,
Okay. We're going to talk a little bit about you. Also have an entrepreneur side to you, right? So we're going to get it. We're going to touch a little bit about, but there's a few questions that we talked about. Let's talk about this three-prong approach, getting kids healthy and keeping kids healthy.
right.
Yes.
That really wraps up. I mean, that's what we do at Children's Community Clinic. Our three-pronged approach is, getting kids healthy and then keeping kids healthy. And the third prong being teaching children and their families how to keep themselves healthy. So in the first prong, we really are focused on making sure that we have everything that we need, soup to nuts, to deal with whatever presents itself at our front door, that we have the appropriate staff, materials, supplies, equipment, philosophy, and attitude to expertly and excellently deal with whatever presents itself at our front door. And then keeping kids healthy is once we get into the exam rooms, making sure that parents and kids understand the importance of keeping up on all those maintenance activities, right? That they understand and kids understand the importance of staying healthy. Because if you stay healthy, then you have to get healthy. You're already there, right? It's like staying ready, right? You stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And then the third prong really is about us getting out of the ivory tower of the clinic and going into the community where our families are comfortable being and doing. And from that venue, teaching them how to keep themselves healthy. And we really focus on making sure that we've got a community location and a community focus, while at the same time having specific health activities that kids can go through and learn a lot more about what their body is doing.
I like the aspect of bringing the parents in with the children. Now, do they actually participate in the program? They come into the clinic with the children? Or how's that? What's the
Absolutely. And of course, we're seeing kids from birth through 21. So, all children have those appendages. They come with them, they're attached. They're called parents. So when we see kids, when the parents are coming with them for the most part, right? Until they get to be a certain age, generally, when they get into their early teens, or I should say their late teens, um, they will have become comfortable with that and are coming by themselves.
Someone is probably asking this question. What makes CCC different than other clinics?
I think it's the second C,
Okay.
right? We are Children's Community Clinic.
Okay.
That really is central to our focus, that we're focused on community health. And I'm not saying that, other clinics don't necessarily include and involve community, but the community is really an integral part of our focus and what we do. Yeah.
Now, right now, the atmosphere is about pulling back. You know where I'm going with the
Yes. Keep
system.
going. Keep going.
It is straight talk, right? And we like to get the information from the people. What is the perspective for the clinic in dealing with what's possibly getting ready to happen and
Mhm.
still providing this health environment for the children and for the parents?
Right. That's an awesome question. Thank you. Um, there's a lot that goes into what we do at the clinic, and paying attention to making sure that we have the finances to provide care to these families, and we often see families who don't have insurance or don't have the funding for a visit. And when we think about this big, beautiful thing that they say they've, you know, uh,
Right, right.
that they've passed,
Yes,
and the fact that it will be removing funds from families like these, that in and of itself is a huge concern.
yes,
But an even bigger concern for me right now is the social psychological impact of that, which hits way before the budget cuts do. And when we already have so many families who are suffering from layoffs, from the tariff suffrage, if you will, um, and even our farm families that are losing so much right now. We have so many people who have been displaced and are entering this system now. It's not even funny. And so we have to have the resources available to make sure that our community is staying healthy, because that's going to become a critical component, right? The ability of people to actually to stay healthy, especially our kids.
absolutely. Before I want to, you spoke about something about the psychological effects. Can you
Yeah,
touch on that a bit?
I can a little bit. And of course, you can get a psychologist in here and, let them,
Please do.
but for now, um, when people begin hearing about things like, job losses, when there are whole industries that are impacted, when we're talking about the hundreds of thousands, for example, of Black women specifically, who have become unemployed under this system. When you're, I mean, it's similar to, let me bring to mind COVID
Okay.
and the psychological impact of COVID on our communities. Because there are a lot of people who didn't ever come down with COVID, or who didn't have family members who came down with COVID, but everyone felt it.
Absolutely.
Everyone felt it. This is similar, right? There is a certain level of anxiety and fear and just hopelessness that begins to take over in communities and families, and kids are very susceptible to that. Those are the kinds of things I'm talking about.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm glad you painted a picture for us because it's definitely affecting the community. And when people get into that feeling of which way should I go? Where
Hmm.
can who can
Right.
I go? How? Yes. So it's definitely, and I think it takes a big toll mentally as well.
It does.
Yes.
Yes,
And
mentally, emotionally,
yes,
spiritually. Yes.
we talk about funding.
Mm,
How can the community help? I mean, it sounds like you're going to be having a fundraiser. Let's talk a little bit about how the community can participate in assisting you in getting these funds to keep, just in case, or even if that does happen, you still have, I think the funding yourself gives you a kind of individuality to kind of move the way you want to move. Can you
yeah.
touch on the fundraiser a little bit for us?
Yeah, absolutely. We're just have just started our fundraiser for this season,
Mhm.
and we're restructuring the clinic. So that will go a long way towards assisting with everything that needs to be done to make that restructuring happen with new staffing. Um, Not so much, our equipment is pretty new, but there's some things that we need to and would like to upgrade. Um, we also want to establish an on-site mental health, behavioral health component. Um, we have an agreement with, one of our community providers, but we'd like to have those services on site so that families can come in and do that. And the best way for folks to donate to the clinic is to go onto our website at cccforkids.org. That's three C's, CCC, the number four, KIDS dot ORG. And if you look at the very top of the screen, you'll see a little heart there that says donate. So that place, and then as you scroll down, there's some other places, but the easiest place to find, I think, is that little header up at the top.
Okay. Can you share a few short stories of the impact with us?
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Might be many, but just
Yeah, there are. We do some phenomenal things, and we've had some really fantastic providers at our clinic. So we have a pretty large cohort, for example, of foster care children. And so making sure that they get consistent service. And even though they may go from, one family to another, they can always come back to their same provider. We encourage that. We have those kinds of things. We have, my goodness, so many stories of people who have come in as teens, for example, and then gone on to become parents themselves, right? Um, we, during COVID, set up a mini hub, a mini
okay.
vaccine hub just down the way. We're located in the Lloyd Center. So we had the hub set up in that old Sears space. And we were able to, in conjunction with several partners like Legacy and Kaiser, and we had quite a number of folks joining us, the Urban League, the Multnomah County Library, so many folks. Um, but we were able to help more than 2,000 people get in and get their vaccine. Now, they did have, the big shindig down at um, the convention center. That was often really difficult for people to get into. There were often lines around the place. Almost always had parking for people, and we had the hours such that working folks could easily come in and bring their kids in and pick up a snack or pick up a bag of something. Yeah. So we do, not to mention our offsite activities. Those are a blast. When we
Okay.
get out of the ivory tower of the clinic and go out with the kids, especially, and we will set up usually some individual stations so they
Yes.
get really the non-invasive kinds of things like a vision test and oral health test, all of those kinds of things. And we'll do fun activities because we want our kids to understand the importance of moving their body. Getting exercise should not be arduous. You don't have to go to the gym. You can go meet up with your friends for basketball or for soccer or walk around the block or whatever, right? And then of course we teach them almost always how to make healthy smoothies.
Okay.
And on our evaluations, there's always several kids will say, "Could you please bring bigger cups?"
No,
So
absolutely.
those little 6 ounce cups aren't doing it for them. But it's a part of keeping it healthy. But yeah, we have quite a number of stories to tell. I mean, our providers could really tell you about the families that come in and the impact it makes. I, of course, get to hear about them secondhand, but I really appreciate being able to hear those, and especially to know the families who have come in with an insurance that really doesn't cover much, but they can still get a full visit for their child, right? And that's $300 to $500. It doesn't have to come out of their pocket.
That's a blessing. And
Yeah.
we appreciate what you do. Before we go, Doctor, I'd like to touch on the fundraise a little bit.
Mhm.
Again, information to the people so they can,
Yes.
and again, let Straight Talk know whatever we can do. Go ahead with the information.
Absolutely. It's going to go towards the services for the kids, right? And keeping the clinic going. And again, you can just go to our website, ccc4kids.org, or you can call us 503-284-5239 and come by at the Lloyd Center. We're on the 3rd floor in the medical office suites.
But Dr. Hicks, we Straight Talk appreciate you so much, what you're
Thank
doing.
you.
Let us know this platform is your platform. You need to come back, bring some providers,
Would
whatever
love to.
you do to get the information to the people. Okay.
Absolutely. Would love to do it.
We appreciate
Thank
you
you
taking
so
time.
much, Tony.
Oh, it's our pleasure. We appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule, helping the people to come and share the information with Straight Talk so we can get it to the people.
Thank you.
Be blessed. Thank you. Thank you. When we come back, we're going to be joined with a young lady doing some awesome things in the community as well. As they used to say, don't change that dial. And go to the website. It is www.ccc4kids.org/donate. And just drop what you
Thank
can.
you.
Thank you again. Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Talk to you soon. Bye. We have Miss Sunshine Dixon, and I believe the doctor is gone, but that's okay. Miss Sunshine, welcome. She's an advocate in the community. She's a business coach. She does a lot. Artist too, and she drops poetry. But Miss Sunshine Dixon, welcome. And she's so instrumental. Let me say this, people. Miss Sunshine always gives me a call. I give her a call, and she always connecting our people together in the community. And Miss Hicks came through her. So we just really appreciate what you do in the community and letting us into your world, Straight Talk, and some of the people that you're connecting with. But again, welcome, Miss Sunshine. What do you have going for us today? Thank you.
I really appreciate you, Tony, and the platform that you've built over the years, the commitment you've had, regardless of COVID, to reach out into community and make a pathway for people to share what's going on in their world and how other people can join them. So I really appreciate you. Martin Luther King said, everybody can lead because everyone can serve. And I just appreciate how you're serving up uh, community delights by way of creating a platform for others to share their stories.
It's a pleasure to be able to do it. And as we say, Straight Talk Show is the show that cares about you and where the information comes from the people. So that's truly our goal. That's truly what you got going on, Miss Sunshine. Talk to us, please.
Well, it's interesting. Boy, a few shows back, I was here representing World Arts Foundation, and I do want to mention that Mr. Michael Grice, he passed. He was one of the founders and leaders of the organization for quite a few years and decades even. And so just speak to his honor, I won't be able to go to the celebration in his honor. So I just wanted to take this moment to say I really appreciated working alongside him. He's a force to be reckoned with, and he leaves a long legacy of good works, like Martin Luther King said, serving others. So, and to walk in the footpath of those that have gone before us that are doing these good works, I really love the opportunities that I've had as a result of the work other people have done ahead of me, like Mr. Grice. And so I'm just grateful. I have two parents that have gone now. They're ancestors. They've transitioned. Today's the day of my dad's, and I am grateful for what it was like to be a caregiver because I see the same work available through creativity to serve community, to serve others. As you heard Dr. Hicks tell a story about community children's clinic, children's community clinic. There are so many amazing people in our community, whether we see them or not, they're helping us hold together this community with their efforts, with their expertise, with their education, and also with their sacrifice. They sacrifice time away from family, time in the books, time, even their own money to make sure that our community is better. And so my life is better for the contributions of others. So it's my turn to take the baton. It's my turn to step up and make sure that other people have a pathway forward and like yourself have a platform to move forward. And so I'm just grateful for using my gifts and even the relationships I build with others. One of the people who couldn't make it on the call today, April Turner, we've partnered quite a bit in helping people tell their story, be it people who have the same color hair. We tried to help beat the Guinness Book World Record twice for redheads, and also which helps them to get access to information about skin cancer because they have the highest rate of skin cancer. Black people, brown people, all experience skin cancer as well. If you don't know Bob Marley, he had it on his toe. He passed away of it. So to have access to information was a powerful opportunity to use my creativity, partner with April and others to make a very exciting event available to so many people. And we do that on a number of different platforms. We've done it for liberation-based healing here in Portland and a number of other things. I've been talking, so I'm sure you have other questions, but using creativity can be a catalyst for possibility, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to do so.
You spoke on something that's really, uh, again, we appreciate the work you're doing, but you spoke on something in regards to cancer.
Mhm.
And right now, there's an atmosphere going on that a lot of that money, I don't know if people really realize, and I'm not trying to insult anybody, but that realize that they're pulling the money dealing with cancer research. And I want people to start looking at that and using their voice to deter that from happening. But you spoke on that. How is your organization going to be addressing this?
Again, creativity is a dynamic way that we infuse our support. So if we help people who are already manifesting, they're already moving forward. But sometimes they need assistance. They need partnership. They need contacts, connections, and so we find out where we can be of service. And so a recent event. We partnered with some family educators, some therapists to put on their event. We partnered with Passion Arts. They had a film and theater festival to help distribute information and host their event through volunteerism to recruit some of the young people that attended. Those young people, in turn, were able to create some pieces that aren't out yet, but they are in production as a result of just attending the film and theater festival. So just being a catalyst, being available, but utilizing the connections that we have and the contacts that we work with to support good works that are already happening in and around our community. Or there are folks that are just new and they don't know where to plug in. They don't know about grants that are coming down the pike. So some of the pieces you see behind me on this side are by a local artist, and she's not finished on her full uh, um, a series that she's going to do on people on couches around our community. But it's powerful to be seen, and whether it be through the lens of an artist, or through the lens of a photographer or a writer, we all have a power to be able to help others. And so yes, vote, yes, give, yes, participate, but also wherever you stand, you could make a difference. So, children, all the way to grands, one of the worst diseases that we're suffering from is isolation, getting to know your neighbor, visiting your neighbor. Alzheimer's can be impacted by socialization, getting out and walking. So just being able to link arms with somebody and take them for a walk or listen to their story. I just went to the movie Mama Joe's, which was produced by um, Dr. Herbert Caldwell, but he included some of the studies that are being done at OHSU as relates to research on Alzheimer's and dementia in Black community as well as community at large. And so it was beautiful. It was about his mother and her impact, but it included a lot of education and a lot of science around Alzheimer's and dementia. We had some amazing folks from our community that were represented. And part of the filming that he did was in a space where I was able to help support community. And so there's a little cameo in the movie where I just wave at the camera. So that was pretty cool. So I appreciate Dr. Raina Croft and those who are on the team helping to select our space. And then Dr. Herbert Caldwell for putting together this amazing film that helps more people learn about the issues related to Alzheimer's and dementia in the Black community and communities at large, and then ways to support folks that are navigating that, including the caregiver. So, as a caregiver myself for many years, and certainly a community caregiver, it's nice to hear the ways that self-care can help not only you, but those that you love and those around you by making sure that you put your oxygen mask on first, but just learning ways to, not only care for those that are in our trust, whether it's children, elders, people that are incapacitated, whether temporarily or long term, we can do this. Even listening, like you're doing, is a way of caring for others. So I'm just positioning myself to be a support to others, and I'm leaning in to learn better ways to do so.
We certainly appreciate it. And I shout out to Miss April Turner and let her know we're looking forward to her coming on sharing all that information. Not all of it, but the information, because she got so much of it. But what she want to share with us and our viewers and in the community and the people. We're really looking forward to that. And I shout out to the doctor for where can the people go and see the movie, or is it a
So
movie?
it's now available on PBS. So you can actually look at Mama Joe's on PBS, and I'll send you a link a little bit later. But Dr. Herbert Caldwell, Caldwell, was the one of the executive producer. He's the one that um, imagined this piece forward, but he linked arms with so many people. And then his mom was really the executive producer because it's her life, and she really overcame a lot of things early in life. There was some dynamic impact. And I'll let the story be told on her. They did a great job. I don't want to tell that story for them, but I can tell you it's worth the time that you take to watch it and learning a little bit more about how to help yourself and your neighbors. So, yeah. And so, to your point, um, whether things are being repealed or not, we can help our neighbors. We can help each other. We can become more informed. And that includes in the way that we activate our finances, our public policies, things like that. So it's our job to serve our community, and it's our job to try to learn how to best serve our community by making good decisions and by standing in the gates where we are. So.
Oh, absolutely. And please send the link to us and we'll get it out as best we can and get the information to the people, because that is what it's all about. Is getting the information, moving on the information, people. Once you get it, let's move on it. Let's move on it. And as Miss Sunshine is making a difference, she's locking arms, she say, with different folks in the community. And Straight Talk will lock your arm, do the platform and whatever we need to do to help get the information out, because it's a marathon.
Yes.
It's and I was sharing with somebody the other day. We're on the shoulders, people lifting us up.
Mhm.
We can't stop though.
We
And
stand on the shoulders of others. That is something Ken Berry says all the time with the Martin Luther King. He's now with Albina Vision Music Trust, and
okay,
he says we stand on the shoulders of others. You know, it's so important. So does Michael Grice. That was something that both of them always championed.
yes, yes, yes. And I know his energy will live on, and there's people that's going to be stepping up to make sure it lives on. And he's touched a
Oh,
lot of young lives as well. And so,
I mean, a
uh,
long legacy, a principal. He did work, you know, if you, there's some old videos of him at PSU. He was a fraternity brother in the Kappa Alpha side. So just so many different ways that he engaged with community. He's an avid golfer, but he was a wonderful storyteller. He even had a book of poetry, so he was a poet. So just a lot to do in the community. And of course, if you didn't know anything about Urban Wings, that's a big part of his life. And so I'm glad that I had the opportunity to get to know one of his last students to go through. I mean, she got her pilot's license, and that's Kyla Palmer. So just an amazing young person that's going to be a cardiothoracic surgeon. She just graduated from high school, but she has already flown, and the person that she did her solo flight with was with her brother who went through the program. And so Mr. Grice has made a dynamic impact not only on the lives of people as you know much older, but he's still making intergenerational impact. Even there was a younger set in that group before he passed on. So just a legacy of leadership, and that's you know anyone can be a leader because everyone can serve, just like what you're doing here in this platform. And I hope more people understand the power of that. When we invited kids to the Passing Arts Film and Theater Festival, and they got to meet people in front of the screen and behind the screen, writers, directors, people that even go into finance so that they can make sure these stories are heard. Very powerful. And I have to also just you know, hats off to the legacy of Passing Arts, you know, for so many years in our community. And we have more than that available. So many different industries available here of people where you can volunteer. You don't have to be an expert to volunteer. You can hand out flyers. You can receive brochures. You can hand out T-shirts or go carve out a path. I mean, we've seen through some of the past work that I've done where students were able to plug in with Multnomah County, where they did work alongside the educators at PPS. I mean, I'm just so proud of the doors that people continue to leave open for the youth. And also our elders. You know, AARP, they just had a big regional event where they had lots of different elders from our community get up and speak about the power of, you know, connecting, the power of unity, how they were able to expand during COVID when things were shut down, they were calling each other and making sure folks were okay. So that is our community stepping up. Judy Boyer leads that. She's the president of the local Portland AARP that was speaking, not Oregon. There's a bigger group for Oregon, which is we have some amazing leaders there. This was just the Portland chapter. So just really excited about what I was able to witness just in the last few weeks and beyond in our community of folks that continue to step up, regardless of their stage in life, and make a difference.
that's making, and again, much respect to Mr. Grice. And I had the opportunity to travel with the original Tuskegee Airmen.
Oh,
And
wow.
brought them over to his aviation clinic at Portland Community College. And also some of the students traveled with him to McMinnville Air Base. So they had an opportunity to sit at those historians' feet. People
Will
not.
you tell a little bit about what you witnessed just
Oh,
in
Airmen. I mean, the fact that Mr. Grice had that program, and the fact that we were able to connect with him and bring those young people into that space some of them might not have heard or some may have read, but they was actually sitting in the presence
Mm,
of the gentleman that portrayed in the Red Tail movie.
mhm,
If people have had an opportunity to watch the Red Tail, it was all about the Tuskegee Airmen. And
mhm,
so these young folks, because of his program, had an opportunity to shake hands, take pictures, and just sit in the presence.
mhm,
And without his connection and
mhm,
his passion to bring them into the space, they may have not ever met
mhm.
those historians, those people that changed our lives.
And I
Because
like you were there. So it's a
absolutely, yeah,
demonstration. I mean,
yeah,
that's what I love about Portland, is they say it's a town masquerading as a city, because of how small it can be, but then the size that we really truly are. And I love that part about it, the access basically that you have to so many amazing people I went to the Albina One opening, the new building that is beautiful, that Albina Vision Trust and all the different partners that have really put forth the effort to make sure that this was open, and Winta and her little baby and JT Flowers and his little bit, just so many like intergenerational aspects that were there, our elders that were speaking, those folks that had hope that they could return to a community that had been desolated. So I'm just so happy about what is possible. I'm hopeful for that. While I know that we are struggling, that while I know that there are dimensions of impact that are like Dr. Hicks talked about, the stress and the power of pervasive messaging going out in our community, but there is another power available, and that's hope. And we can give it to one another, and we can hold on to it. And this is a way to do it, is by sharing, by loving, by serving each other.
absolutely, absolutely. And as we uh, prepare to close out, I won't say close down,
Mhm.
but go to the next level of the show.
I have a poem if you want, if we're going to finish out. Are we ready to
I was
finish
going to
out?
ask for it, but that's okay. Come on with it.
Oh,
'Cause I was going to ask
oh,
you. I said, well,
okay.
you
Well,
mentioned you
let
do
me
some poetry, so let's hear some. Go ahead and drop some lyrics,
well,
some bars for us.
Uh, I am going to say this teeny little one. If you have a couple seconds, I am going to be sharing about for breast cancer. One of the events that I'm taking part in that's coming up is about Pink Sunday. And since the departure of Susan G. Komen from this area, folks have had to come together. Pink Lemonade Project, people from like Bethel AME and all these various churches, Life Change, different churches that have been here, longtime survivors, Tamika Herbert, so many amazing people that are coming together. You can't look anywhere without seeing Linda Harris and Yvonne Williams that completely give to community in various levels. But we're going to be having an event the same day as the memorial for Mr. Grice. We're going to be having that event at Doubletree. Lloyd Center. So, and that is the Pink Sunday Ambassadors Gathering. So, I will share pink ribbons but let me finish, share the end of one of my really long pieces.
Hey, Miss
Pour,
Sunshine, as they say in church, take your time.
pour out your money, time, and talent,
Okay.
all I've listed up above. If
Okay.
those things are not enough, then try pouring out your love. Take part in your community. Who knows what your quest will be? Maybe when you die under rest in peace, your tombstone will say, died empty. There's an ocean in each drop of water. There's a forest in every seed. There's a nation in every baby born. There's potential inside of me. So that is the end of one of my long poems. So I'm just encouraging folks, pour out your money, time, and talent. But this next one is called Pink Ribbons, and I don't have glasses on, so bless me. And this is in honor of my mom. Pink ribbons flowing, pink ribbons fly, dance across the windy sky. Look, mom, there they go. Softly, silently, ribbons roll. Pink waves, um, fabric fly, pink ribbons flowing, pink ribbons fly. Like country dyed sheets hanging on the line, bleach smelling clean like summertime, pink ribbons stretch across the windy sky, pink ribbons flowing, pink ribbons fly. It loosened its grip, released its knot. Its dancing fabric could not be caught. The silent roll continues on across the sky till it is gone. I see the ribbon in my mind, memory smelling summertime, pink ribbons flowing, pink ribbons fly. Mom, I love you. Here's goodbye.
Oh my goodness. A clap praise for that. Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard from Sunshine Dixon.
With
She,
no glasses.
she- but you did well. That was from the heart, though. See, that's when the heart kicks in, right? And she's an advocate of community, a community connector, and a caregiver. But she just shared she's a poet too. Thank you so much. Let us know whatever we can do, what we can bring on. This platform is yours. It's a community. And
And
as we
I'm gonna bring Kathy Pennington back. She was just a winner in at Onyx Gallery up in Seattle. She was
yeah.
there. She was their juried winner. Not these pieces, another set of pieces that were up there. In the future, I'll have to bring Kathy Pennington onto your show.
Oh, we're honored. We appreciate, and those pilots, those people that's flying those airplanes and going into she's got cardio.
Cardiologist, yeah, cardiothoracic surgeon,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the
Tyler Palmer and her brother Jalen.
yeah, and those young at hearts. We have a session called Young at Heart. People, I'm putting it out right now. It's called Young at Heart. Anyone can nominate someone over 75. Why we're doing that? Because we want to sit at their feet and let them tell us about their history. Because Straight Talk catches the history, the past, and the future. And as we close out, I'll say this. Thank you again, Miss Sunshine. Straight Talk People is the show that cares about you, where the information comes from you, the people, to the people. Be blessed. Tell somebody you love it. Remember, it's America. Talk to you soon. Thank you.